Hi. I'm Srinivasan, a fine art photographer, a long distance skater, and a small time freelance skater coming to meet you guys with another video. So, what's special today is Dutch Ultraskate. Okay, so am I live? Are you seeing me live? Do you see my feed live? Let me go check. Okay. Let me check in the web. I'm gonna hold you for a few seconds. Hope you guys don't mind about it. Going into my YouTube account and just gotta check with my mobile phone. I could check it on the web. It would be still better. Yeah, the live stream is happening. Good. Yeah, the screen is better. Yep, it's visible. Good. I'm gonna put my mobile phone on charge and let's continue. Okay, so what we are looking here is the Dutch Ultraskate's website. I'm here to discuss about the intro and the rules. Okay, so what is the intro? Dutch Ultraskate has been there for a while. Okay, so this has been running for almost a decade. If it had happened for 2023, it has completed already 1 decade of racing. Probably the most longest ultraskate events that is being happening since the evolution of long distance skating, or long distance skating become prevail among many people all over the world. Okay, so just to give you the proof of like how long Dutch Ultraskate has been happening. It has been happening since 2013. So 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2022, and 2023 did not happen because like there are some challenges for the organizers. And the one I know and very comfortable in talking to with is Mr. Leonard Van de Peppel, sir, and he's the one of the main organizers of Dutch Ultraskate. He couldn't do it in 2023. Now he is doing it in 2025. So if you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tabs over here, and 2025 would be 10th edition of Dutch Ultraskate. So congratulations to all the organizers of Dutch Ultraskate event. Okay, you guys are awesome and amazing to see you conduct this race. Okay, so about this race, it's a 24-hour edition in 2025. Okay, so only in 2024 it was a 6-hour edition. Okay, so then about the events and the details of 2025 to talk about, we have this race happening between 21st June 2025, which is a Saturday, morning 9 a.m. to Sunday 22nd June 2025, morning 9 a.m. And after that they have the prize distribution ceremony by 9:30 a.m. and it's going to continue for half an hour until 10 a.m. on Sunday. Okay, and that's that. So where is this happening? It's happening in Spandam, okay, Netherlands. Okay, and this is the proper address and route and map of the racetrack. Okay, so if you happen to see this line, if I don't know if my computer can cooperate with the brush, but this area you guys looking here is the racetrack. Okay, that is the racetrack over there, and they would have had signs about which route to take, which route not to take, and all that. So that is that racetrack. Okay, you can see the address here. Okay, and you can talk to people about how to get there and participate in the race. But probably most of them would have gone through that phase because race is happening today. And I'm talking from India, Srirangam town, Tiruchirappalli city, Tamil Nadu province. Okay, India is my country. So the racetrack length is 3,138 meters in length. They actually use Jones counter, and which is 3.138 kilometers. Okay, so that's what people have to do. Okay, I'm not going to discuss the stats yet, but okay, that's that. Let's go and check on the rules. Okay, they presented it as a PDF in the website itself. Oh yeah, good. We are still streaming. Amazing. I'm able to do the stream in 1280 by 720p here today. And let me be honest, something went inside my head and told me that Dutch Ultraskate is happening after Central Park race. So Central Park race is happening on 24th June. I thought Dutch Ultraskate is going to happen on 25th June. And I was thinking about how to live stream, and I need to learn a little more things about Dutch Ultraskate before I start live streaming and everything. And today morning, when I saw a person posting that I'm ready to go for the race and everything, and then I went to Dutch Ultraskate website and figured out it is happening today. So how fool I am. Forgive me for this late introduction. Otherwise, I would have been all ready since morning, be prepared for it to live stream and get my lunches, food, everything ready so that I could be continuing to live stream. Okay, so this time I'm not going to continuously live stream for 24 hours. That is a little bit hard for me. My computer wouldn't cooperate for 24 hours. So I'll come in between the races and share the statistics that I have and talk to you guys about. Okay, and at the moment I don't have the live link that is needed to follow all the participants who are doing the Dutch Ultraskate this time. So those links will pop up on the social media pages or as stories. Okay, once I get them, I'll start following the live race with all the participants' names and list and everything. Okay, so if you have to check that, it should be on their Instagram page. Okay, wait, let me not sabotage that. It should be somewhere in their homepage. Okay, let's go and check if they have their link for Instagram somewhere here. No, they didn't. Okay, so first let's discuss the rules and then check what those things on the Instagram page. Okay, Dutch Ultraskate 2025 rules and regulations. Safety. Helmets are mandatory. If you're not wearing a helmet, you will not be allowed to race. So helmets are definitely mandatory, because I've seen people crashing many times in this racetrack. So helmets are very much mandatory. Okay, and skating without a helmet at any point during the race may result in disqualification. So you should always keep your helmet on. You should not remove your helmet when you're skating. If you're stopping to take a rest or going to the restroom, probably you can remove your helmet when you're off the track. But when you're on the track, you're supposed to have the helmet. Otherwise, it leads to disqualification. Okay. And if you want to thoroughly learn about this, Dutch Ultraskate races, please follow the interview that I have done with Mr. Leonard Van de People, which is available in my channel, Krishnan Srinivasan 830, and also interviews of Mr. Paul McMahon. He has spoken elaborately about his race experience of Dutch Ultraskate, especially in the Spawn Dam racetrack. Okay, and most importantly, there will be many people who want to do 300 plus miles, so they will be part of the lead pack. So if you go to check on the statistics, okay, so in 24 hours we have 1440 minutes, or like in other words, we will check this, 60 into 24 is equal to 1440. So we have 1440 minutes. Okay, and 1440 minutes is when you can divide it by the distance of 3.138, that gives you like 400 and I'm sorry, my bad. Why am I thinking of like that? I should be thinking about the distance. So if you are part of 300-mile club, which is like doing I'm lost with the mathematics. Forgive me. I did it before and I forgot it now. Okay, so let's ask something else. I might be confused right now. Okay, so 3.138 kilometers is one lap, and if you're probably it would take around 7 to 8 minutes or 8 to 10 minutes to complete one lap of 3.138, and you have to decide well before the race. In the very first lap that you're doing, you have to decide if you're doing 300-mile distance for the 24 hours, or 250-mile distance for 24 hours, or 200-mile distance for 24 hours, or 100-mile distance for 24 hours. And then calculate number of laps you have to do, or how much or in what time you need to complete one lap, so that you can stay in the pace to complete, you distribute that evenly for 24 hours and complete the required distance you are aiming for. Okay, so you have to be prepared in the very first lap itself. Okay, and I hope I am making sense. I'm losing the track of mathematics here. Okay, let's go for registration. Participants must register online before the event. No late registrations will be accepted on race day. So they are not accepting races on the day of race. Okay, it's not like a Miami Ultraskate wherein like they can accommodate a lot of participants. Spandam racetrack, I know I've spoken to people before, it can accommodate 100 people for sure. Okay, and it depends upon the organizers to allow extra people only if they have possibilities. Okay, and if they have any last minute cancellations, people might have registered and they did not come for the race, so there could be few no shows for the races. So when there is some no shows, probably they can allot that spot for you, but as far as general rules, they have no late race registrations being allowed for this race. Registration closes 2 weeks before the event, or once the maximum number of participants is reached, so which is 100 probably. So only registered participants are allowed to take part in the event. The entry fee must be paid within 7 days of registration. If payment is not received in time, your registration will expire. Only riders who have completed their registration are allowed to race. Maximum number of participants is 100 solo riders and 20 teams. So you get the number. Okay, probably there can be 4 persons per team, I believe. Okay, and you can bring 1 or 2 people, or any support, any 2 or 3 support crews. If you have a family of 5, you can bring them, and you can put your tent on the sides and be ready to support, get your support from them, be electrolytes, food, water refill, and everything. And when you want to change of your equipment, which is a riding board, you can change that. And this time there has been notifications all over the Instagram, even on Dutch Ultraskate page, that there could be a heat wave, or probably temperature is a little bit hotter today on 21st June, especially in Spandam. Okay, so that is that they have been talking here, and as a part of the news. Okay, refund policy. Registration is final once payment is completed. Cancellations may allowed till May 31st, 2025. We are well past that time now. We are on 21st June. Are eligible for 50% refund. After May 31st, 2025, no refunds will be allowed. You may transfer your registrations to another rider. To do so, you must inform the organization by email. The email is mentioned here, dutch-skaters@gmail.com, and provide all necessary details for new participants. Okay, minimum age to participate. To participate as a solo rider, you must be at least 16 years old on the day of the event. Riders aged 10 to 16 may participate in the team category and under certain conditions. Participants, team rules of course. Participants under 18 must be accompanied by supervisor who is at least 18 years old. Supervisors is responsible for the participants' well-being throughout the entire 24 hours race. Because these are endurance races, people could not sustain 24 hours. They might lose energy. Being more energetic and young at 18, they want to do things very fast, and they might exhaust themselves to a point like they need additional support. So that's why they are saying all these things. So if you are experienced and if you're carrying for your race, you will know how much carbohydrates you should take, how much salt you should take, how much sodium, potassium, magnesium, zinc, and all the necessary salts that is needed for you to survive, is needed for your survival for the 24 hours race. You would be knowing all of this. You will be well prepared. So they will need some support. That's what they're insisting here. Supervisors are not allowed to skate or sleep, but must always be on standby in case of emergency. Okay, so that's that. Race disciplines: push, pump for riders who push or pump. SUP, stand up paddling. Propulsion strictly with land paddle, no pushing, pumping is allowed. Okay, so you cannot keep your legs down if you're registering yourself as stand up paddling guy, okay, or girl. And if you are into SUP plus, which is stand up paddling plus category, it combines, like, you can push and pump, also use your land paddle. So combines land paddle and pushing for propulsion. The land paddle must be carried throughout the entire race. Team, a relay team of 2 to 4 riders. So team can be maximum of 4 and minimum of 2. Mixed gender teams are allowed. See the team rules sections for additional guidelines. Cool. Categories: men's categories, riders who identify as male; women's category, riders who identify as female. Who, for our transgender policy, please refer to Skate IDSA rule section 5. So they have everything detailedly given. Skate IDSA's rules set for long distance skating is the basic thing, and after that they add upon to depending upon the location and the place where the Ultraskate is happening. Okay, non-binary categories: riders who are not identifying as male or female, you can also register there and check out. And masters category: riders aged 50 years or older on the day of the event. Okay, prizes will be only awarded if a category has at least 3 participants. Okay, team rules: team must consist of minimum 2 riders and maximum of 4 riders. Teams can consist of riders from different disciplines and genders. Only 1 rider from each team will be on the track at a time. Each time will receive 1 time chip, which must be passed to the next rider in a relay style format. So everybody will be receiving a lap counter, which is not a GPS counter, it's a lap counter. So if when you cross your starting point, it will count your lap number. Okay, so you have to keep skating, and depending upon your number of laps, the organizers and the final decision makers will decide how much distance you have traveled. So since we know, like, there is only 3.138 kilometers to be ridden in racetrack, so they will know if you have completed 100 laps, you have done 300 kilometers, so something like that. Okay, and all that. So they will understand all that. And if you're you have to be wearing that chip all the time during your race, and you cannot deviate away from the racetrack's actual path. You cannot take shortcut routes, you will be disqualified. Okay, you have to follow all those things. And if you have very less time before 24 hours when the race is about to get over, and if you're trying to continue to finish your race, you think you can complete 1 more lap within that short time, and you are failing to complete 1 lap, or you are doing only half of the lap, that half lap won't be counted. Okay, so whatever that is done before 24 hours as a complete lap, that would be counted. Okay, you cannot go around and say, like, okay, I have done 70% of the lap, please add to my distance. They won't do it. Only 1 complete lap will be counted. And if you know, like, after this I'm not going to complete my riding distance, you just complete that lap and settle yourself. You don't go and continue to ride. Okay, that is that. And organizer's decision is final. Okay, and for relay people, when we were talking about relay team rules, as in, like, team people, you have 4 people, right? So you can divide between 4 people, like how many hours each one can ride, depending upon the health conditions on that particular day, which is race day, 21st June 2025, which is today. And if those 4 people are riding, if you have a team of 4 and you have all the team people present, it's like 6 hours per people to ride for 24 hours, and you can split, like, how much distance you are planning to cover as a team and continue to ride. So okay, and that 4 people, you can split 6 hours, like 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours, and 6 hours, or like you can swap for every 4 hours or every 3 hours. It depends upon your team, but only 1 rider can be present on the racetrack, and you have to pass the GPS, or not the GPS, lap counter to them when they are riding, and it's must. Okay, and also helmet and other basic rules apply to them as well. Okay, additional rules for the teams with members aged 10 to 16. Some people would come as I know one of the riders, long distance skaters, who participated in 2022, came as a family, with his kids, wife, and everybody. And I think most of them were participating in this race. And so, if you're coming as a family or you have underaged a minor in your team, so these are the rules. At least one team member must be an adult, and team may include more than one participant under the age of 16, provided there is at least one supervising adult. Riders aged 10 to 16 are not permitted to skate during the night hours, approximately 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Okay, so that is that, because it gets dark and it's really hard to light 3 kilometers in this racetrack, so there is no light in the night. Okay, you have to carry your own lights. Okay, so and it might today is hot, described as hot in Spawn Dam, but generally it might rain in the night in those days back like say 2013 until 2018, 2020, whatever, so that's where people crash. So that's why they are keeping it very strict for minors. Distance skated and records. Only completed laps. Am I going good? Yeah, I'm going good. Awesome. So only completed laps are recorded by the timing system, will count towards your final mileage. If your final lap is completed outside 24-hour time limit, it will not be counted or maybe partially counted towards your total mileage. So only completed laps are recorded by the timing system, will count towards your final mileage. So if you are like just 100 meters closer to the starting line, and if you are not able to complete within the time, probably it depends upon the organizer's decision to account if you have if they want to account that 100 meters that you have done past 24 hours. Okay, but generally, so when you're going to complete that 100 meters well within 24 hours, say you are at 23 hours and 58 minutes and there is only 100 meters, and you completed that 100 meters in next 1 hour 20 or 30 seconds, don't continue with another lap. Call it a day, finish your ride and wait for the results to come. Okay, in this case, a world record, the results will be subjected to ratification by the IDSA. For more information, please visit the website. Support. Only registered riders are allowed to access the track. Support from non-participant on a bike, inline skates or skateboard is only permitted for 1 or 2 laps. Must be discussed with organization prior to entering the track. Okay, you understand what it is. You can have the support riding along with you in a bicycle or even a skateboard, giving you some support like food, banana, soft drinks, or any other electrolytes on the go. It is allowed for 1 or 2 laps, but you need to discuss with the organizers before. Drafting behind a support skater or biker is strictly prohibited. Drafting behind supporter, skater, or biker is strictly prohibited. Means you have a best line in the racetrack. Okay, suppose a racetrack is like this. Okay, something like this. I'm just drawing for you. It's a very bad shape. Okay, a racetrack is like this. And there would be a best line to ride this racetrack. Okay, best line in the sense like if you ride in this course, your racetrack would be wider like 10 feet, 12 feet. But if you ride at the particular distance and you turn like this at particular distance, when you turn at one particular spot, like this, and like this, you can do the fastest lap. Okay, and there could be winds, crosswinds, headwinds. So what they are saying is like drafting behind a support skater or biker is strictly prohibited. Meaning like you can't sketch, you can't use your support biker or a inline skater or a skateboarder, and you can't stop riding and let them tow you. That is also not allowed. And drafting as in like when there are winds and everything, like you hide behind them and keep riding so that like they give you some sort of immunity towards what you're riding, where you're riding, or like they're helping you or guiding you through that racetrack wherever you're riding for the fastest lap. That is also prohibited. Okay, so that's what they're saying here. Skating rules: it's prohibited to be pulled, pushed, or assisted in any way, as I told you, by anyone or anything. Drafting behind another person or participant is allowed, but please skate safely, maintain a safe distance, and keep it fair. So if you're drafting behind a team, as I told you before, there will be people who want to cover 300 miles, 250 miles, 200 miles, 100 miles and everything. So if you are in the lead pack, that's probably okay. You can follow the lead pack, you can be behind one person and keep following the lead pack and continue to ride along with the riders. That is probably allowed, but not your support. Okay, so if someone faster is approaching and move out of their way, the track is for everyone, but try not to impede others. So you can't turn. There could be a turn for you to make, and go for complete your lap and everything, but you can't change your course. Like you're riding to the far left, and you can't instantly change when you're turning your right, turning to a right or left. You can't instantly change your course, but you get to watch for the other participants who are riding along with you. Okay, so you have to stick to a course and continue in that course for your entire lap, and switch slowly so that you are not impeding with others line of course. Okay, when skating in a group, ensure there is enough space for others to pass. Do not occupy more than half of the track's width. Okay, that's important. This is where the question of using SUP and SUP plus paddles come in, but the Spandam track is wide enough to accommodate them, so they are working. Because if you see the interviews of Mr. Pierre Edward Duro, he had such concerns about having the pole in the racetrack because it could be impeding with the space for others, but they have sorted here. When overtaking, pass preferably on the left side. If this is not possible, inform the rider of which side you will pass on. So when you're about to overtake somebody, you tell them on to your left, on to your right, you yell, and you let them know like you're coming, and then you overtake that person either from the left side or the right side. If you're not informing him and you both are taking the same turn at the same course of, a little bit further apart in the same course of line, and there are possible that you might hit and you get hurt and also hurt other person. So to avoid all those things. Okay, participant may use multiple boards, switch between them during the race. Boards must be in good condition and capable of lasting for 24 hours. Electric skateboards are strictly prohibited. Gears, as far as gears, and I don't know if support can bring electric skateboards, but as of now, electric skateboards are prohibited. Fire, smoking, and drugs. Smoking is not allowed on the near track. Smoking is only permitted in the designated smoking area. Cigarette butts must be disposed properly. The use of any drugs, including cannabis, is strictly forbidden. Violating this rule will result in permanent ban for all future Dutch Ultraskate events. So, cannabis is completely prohibited, even if it is medical marijuana. Okay, fires including campfires are strictly prohibited anywhere in the racetrack, so you can't cook. Okay, you might have to ask the organizers if you need to bring any butane guest house if possible, if you have to have any hot meal for any specific conditions, but you can check with them. Sleeping, you may set up a tent in a designated area. Please remove your tent by 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. Okay, so these racetracks cost a huge sum of amount. They have to take permissions from municipality and all the required departments before having clearance for this conducting of this Dutch Ultraskate. This is not a simple responsibility. There is a whole lot of team involved, whole lot of effort has been put into here. So many man-hours going back forth between the government departments and government responsible staffs and talking to them and getting approval. It's not an easy thing. I've spoken to Mr. Leonard Van de Peppel, sir, and he has been meticulously working on this, and his team has been working meticulously on this. So respect that. So there is no electricity available in the camping area. Only limited access is available at the timing cabin and dressing room. So this is where the lap timing things are being counted over there. So we recommend bringing power banks for charging your devices. Timing system relies on the same power source, so high power devices like water boilers cannot be used. If there's a power loss, it may affect timing system. So bring your own power source. Lights at night. Dutch Ultraskate 2025 begins on June 21 on 2025. The longest day of the year. It will only be dark for a few hours. Oh, that's interesting. That I didn't remember. Actually, yeah, there is one long day in every year, and that's June 21. Okay. The track will not be illuminated at night, so ensure you're visible. It is mandatory to wear reflective gear and have a light on your body or board. If wearing a headlight, avoid blinding other riders by not facing them directly. Use your voice to alert others behind you rather than relying on your light. Cool. And cleaning, as guessed at the Wheeler Planet track, please leave it as clean as possible. Do not throw garbage on the track, meaning like your electrolyte packet gels, your electrolyte packets, tablets, boxes, food covers, tissues, paper towels, all those things. Do not throw garbage on the track. Keep it with you until you reach the start or finish area. Dispose it in the trash bin. Keep the toilets clean. If everyone does their part, cleaning will be much easier. We all need to help clean the track. Please assist by picking up your own trash. The track and toilets must be cleaned by 9:30 a.m. on June 2022. If the track owners are dissatisfied with the state of the track, we may lose access for future editions. So be responsible. After the race, the track must be vacated by 9:30 a.m. Ensure all the belongings are removed before then. Please dismantle your tent before 9:30 a.m. If you don't have help, ask someone from the organization for assistance. You may carry some belongings to your car after 9:30 a.m. But be cautious of cyclists using the track. The award ceremony will begin after belongings are removed from the track. Everyone will be tired, so make sure to do your part and cleanup will be quick. Make sure you have someone to drive you home after the race. You won't want to drive after 24 hours of skating. It's well said and it's very much clear. Disclaimer: organization reserves the right to make exceptions to these rules at any time. Organization may instruct participants to leave the track, withdraw them from the event at its discretion. Participants who fail to follow the rules or behave appropriately will be issued a warning. Participants are fully responsible for their own safety. Organization is not liable for any damage to participants or their belongings. The results of the Dutch Ultraskate will be submitted to IDSA, and the participants may formally object if they believe their result or another rider's result is incorrect. However, the organization reserves the right to reject any objection. Okay, so this is that, and yeah, those are the rules. So that's for the intro and Dutch Ultraskate 2025 for now, and that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hope you guys are fine following everything that I'm saying, and it's very simple English, and hope you had enough of insight about what Dutch Ultraskate is, how and where it is happening is. Just as I promised, let's go to Instagram. Hope I could able to do it as quickly as possible, not taking much of your time. So wait for the page to load. Forgive me, this is my personal Instagram page, so I might have to go look for Dutch Ultraskate from the search bar as soon as it loads. So I have to go to the search and wait for the Dutch Ultraskate to pop up. I've already opened one, so it should pop up there. Dutch Ultraskate opening over here. Okay, so that's that. So in probably next half an hour or so, race will begin, and we'll get to see the updates roll everywhere every minute. Okay, in this Dutch Ultraskate page. So if you're watching this live stream, this is the Dutch Ultraskate's Instagram page. You can scan this QR code. Okay, so it's a 24-hour Dutch Ultraskate event. So who you see in this picture is Mr. Leonard Van de Pippel and Rick Pronk. Okay, so yeah, they are organizers of this race. For now, they are displaying all the trophies for 250 Mile Club and sponsors like Seismic Skates, Thin Life, Melon and Kake, and we have Rocket Longboards and many. Okay, and they have t-shirts, and t-shirts also show like the sponsors over there. Let me flip over there. So we have the list of sponsors over there. Sick Boards, it's a website which sells longboard and skateboard things in the Europe. Loaded, Orangutan, Pantheon Longboards, Melon and Cockey, G-Bomb, Exile, Thin Life, Yes, Antidote, Riptide, and Rocket Longboards. And I couldn't able to make this name. Uncut, I believe, and Seismic Skates, and Skate Ideas, who was the organizer for long distance skating all over. So they are awesome, and that's spinning wheel thing is Dutch Ultraskate logo. So these are the sponsor. Kudos to the sponsor. Kudos to the sponsor who were all present for all 10 Dutch Ultraskates, and kudos to the sponsor who are coming new. You guys are awesome. Without you guys, this is not going to happen. And that's that. Discuss these sponsors and discuss the organizers, rules, and many other things. Let's check the stories if there is anything happening right now. So they are drying all the lap counter chip timing Velcro mounts on their body, and they have all the goodies for the participants. So those are also being kept over there. This is the cartoon which I loved. You can see Dutch Ultraskate or bust, participate or just quit. Okay, and those are the people participating. It's a lovely cartoon done by Monkey Comics. Okay, Roundboard Monkey Comics. You guys are awesome. So then comes new sponsor. Yeah, sponsor Seismic Skates. Okay, so that's that update. Race will begin. So for now, coming from a third world country like India and into long distance skating, I wish every single participant of Dutch Ultraskate best wishes, and to the organizers to complete this 24-hour race successfully, managing all the people and the participants and the support that they are coming for the participants, and to get all the things right in right place and complete the event successfully and registering it one more year, which is 10th year. I wish you guys all the best and best regards, and also congratulations for the 10th year. Okay, I'll end my stream here and I'll come